Welcome back. We are all chasing it, the feeling of pure happiness. But what actually makes us happy?
Yeah, could it just be a bit of chocolate, a beach holiday, maybe an overseas trip with the family? Well, a new documentary called The Definition of Happiness dives into what makes us truly smile.
And joining us to unpack it all is film director Tim Elwin and happiness expert Dr. Tim Sharp. Good morning to you both. Great to have you here. Firstly, congratulations, Tim, on the film.
Thank you.
It was selected as a finalist at the Melbourne Film Festival.
Yes.
Congratulations on
Thank
that. What has been the response to this so far? Have you?
It's been amazing, which has been very cool. It's been, released on Prime, and it's available around the world, or mostly around the world. And so I get to watch. At the moment, the UK and USA are leading the way in viewerships, but it's going really well.
So the documentary is The Definition of Happiness. So where'd you go? What did you learn about what happiness really is?
So I travelled around a bit of the world, going and speaking to experts on happiness, including Tim here, which didn't have to go far. He was same
Happiness
city.
is in your backyard,
exactly.
isn't it?
You know what? I found that it's got a lot to do with being present in your life and noticing and acknowledging all the different emotions and feelings that go on in life.
Dr. Tim, you are a happiness expert. We've spoken to you here on the show before. What are the main points that you want the audience to take away from this film?
Well, there's over 90 minutes of it in the documentary, so it's hard to sum up in a few seconds. But I think one of the main things, it's one of the main mistakes I see people make, is to expect to be happy all the time. And that's just not possible. It's just not realistic. So we can strive towards happiness. We can create more happiness in our lives, but we've got to be realistic about it and also accept there will be days, there will be times when we're unhappy.
Yeah, and social media, I think, has made that worse, I think, because we see everyone claiming to have a wonderful time, when really we just don't see it every day. Tim,
And we compare.
Comparison is the thief of joy. But what about, this thing called WOOP? You sat down and said, WOOP is a really interesting word. Tell us what it is.
So WOOP is an acronym for wish, obstacle, outcome and purpose.
And obstacle's the interesting word.
Yes, because otherwise, if you're just wishing, you're just dreaming, daydreaming about what could possibly happen in your life. But Gabriele Oettingen from New York University created this program, and putting that obstacle in the way actually makes you think about, one, how important that dream is, because it might be, if the obstacle's too big, it might not be worth it. But if the wish is strong enough, then the obstacle, you will get over it.
That's so fascinating. The film's release landed just in time, of course, for Mental Health Month this October. What do you think, Dr. Tim, this production, this film, brings to that conversation?
Well, I just hope it kick-starts the conversation. I mean, I think, if you ask, and I've done this many times over my career, if you ask people if they want to be happy, they all say yes, of course they do. But if you ask them how much time have you thought about it, how much have you planned for it, how many, have you really set realistic goals, not many people do that. So I hope this helps people think about it in a bit more depth and maybe with a bit more specificity than they normally would.
So you talk about discovering people's personal top threes of what makes them happy. How do we make that list, and what's the most common thread there?
Yeah, so I created a thing called the Live Happiness Index, and ultimately it's about people, and it's this globe, word cloud globe, that spins around and shows everyone's inputs in real time, and it makes people, because if you ask someone what their top three sources of happiness are, most people go, oh, that's easy, yeah, it's family, it's music, and then they get to the third one and go, oh God, what's the third one going to be? And it starts to make you think of a lot more things that make you actually
What
happy.
are yours?
Yeah, so mine are, well, I find it hard myself. Mine are family, including my dog, who gives me a lot of happiness, is food and music, right? But it's also the ocean. And so if my family, for example, are pissing me off one day, they'll quickly drop
the ocean
down.
Gets a
The ocean jumps back up, and
Okay.
or the food moves around. If I've had a bad meal, that'll come down.
And that's the thing, it's never definitive and set, and we should never set these things for ourselves,
Yeah.
Dr. Tim, right? And that's how we stay happy.
Yeah, well, we change and the world changes and we need to evolve with that and adapt to it. And, you know, I mean, as you age, for example, priorities change and stresses change. So 100% we need to continually review and revise our definition of happiness as we and the world around us changes.
It's a great conversation starter.
great, guys.
Thank you both for coming in today. We really appreciate
Cheers.
it. And to watch the definition of happiness, head to www.primevideo.com.